So surprisingly, I still had enough fuel to heat up some water for some coffee and to cook some of this oatmeal that Gold Digger hooked me up with yesterday. So it's about 8 o'clock. I think if I leave here at like 9, even if I take it really slow, I'll still have plenty of time to get to the trailhead by noontime. So that's kind of what I wanted to do, just set myself up for just like a real chill morning. It's just a lot easier for me to like kind of sleep in. And by sleeping in, you know, I was still up at 7, but just hike a little later. But I really just like wanted to take a second to like address this, like the way that I've been feeling this past section. I don't want to give anybody like the wrong impression that like I haven't been having a good time, or that, yeah, I don't know, but just kind of take this into context. Like over the past 3 days, like I've hit 70 miles. Normally a good pace for me is about 100 miles a week. So moving a little faster, a little further than I normally would on a day-to-day basis. So that's for a couple of reasons. Number one is I knew where I needed to be today. You know, I knew I wanted to be at the trailhead, you know, today at noon, so I had a deadline. And then at Molas Lake, I was planning on leaving, and then I just had taken like kind of an inadvertent zero, just doing the numbers, and I knew that was going to put me at longer days than I was kind of used to. And I thought that was just a really good opportunity to kind of push these last 75 miles just to see, you know, what it kind of felt like. It was kind of a drag. You know, I met some other people out here who were like crush big miles like on a regular basis, who hike this trail really fast, and just wanted to kind of get a feel for what that might be like, just maintaining these like 20 plus miles a day continuously. And it's a lot, you know. You got to be in a real particular mindset and just kind of accept whatever kind of comes. You got to kind of understand that out here, like on trail, for me at least, you know, there's like a sense of mission, and mission comes first. You know, it doesn't matter what my mood is or how I feel about things. You know, the number one mission is just to make miles. Regardless of where I'm at personally. It might be hard for some people to kind of understand that, you know, they'd be like, oh, you're just like in a bad mood and you know, you're not feeling well and you're cranky and tired and all the rest of these sorts of things. And it's just like, yeah, this is going to happen. This is just like par for the course that's out here. You know, this is definitely some type 2 fun. You know, not always necessarily enjoyable doing it, but always a good time talking about. I think a lot of people have a hard time understanding that. Most people are kind of type 1. And I think that's particularly the case, like, you know, particularly in America, it seems that people prefer a type 1 fun, you know. People like seem to want to be like passive. They want to like pay somebody some money so that they can passively like receive some sense of enjoyment, you know, whether that's like maybe like going to a sporting event or going to the movies or, I don't know, like an amusement park or some sort of like all-inclusive resort or something like this. There's a high cost, but after this sort of like, you know, capital investment is made, you know, there's very little else that anyone needs to do, you know, to have a sense of fun or a sense of enjoyment. Out here, it's the opposite. You know, every day you're earning it. You're putting in the investment on a daily basis, really putting your body on the line. And, you know, when the mind gets in the way, then it's just like finding a way to overcome, you know, what can be the biggest obstacle. So it's just like what I enjoy. I've really enjoyed hiking this trail. It's been a lot of extremes, a lot of unexpecteds. I learned a lot of really important things along the way too. You know, just for me personally in my life, and maybe just a little bit of insight about other people and about the world. This trail is going to be really special to me too, because it's going to be my first through hike. You know, I've logged 4,200 miles on long trails through the Pacific Crest Trail, the Appalachian Trail, the Arizona Trail, and now the Colorado Trail. And over hiking thousands of miles is the first time I've actually hiked a trail from one end to the other. You know, it's already done. There's only one way out of this thing. It's 5 miles down this hill. So today, even if I start a little bull moose and, you know, it decides to like stomp my leg into a pulp, I'm still gonna have to drag my way, you know, back down to the trailhead, because it's the only exit point out of this place. This is it, last of the walk. In 5, 4, 3, 2. That's Junction Creek. Meeting meeting. I'm on my way to Junction Creek Trailhead. Fall Summit. 1 to go. This one, there's a lot of people out there like super stoked. They're getting me amped. They're talking to me like I'm a freaking rock star. It's just funny, you know, it's just like I've been meeting people of a caliber like to the next level, you know, just like some real hardcore endurance athletes. What I'm doing out here compared to what they're doing is just like a stroll. Now as I'm nearing the trailhead, they're just like, yeah! CT baby. It's in the bag.
There you have it, the Colorado Trail. 485 miles in all its glory. As they say, mile for mile, most beautiful trail in America.